And welcome into the task force. And what a guest we have for you today. It's my good friend, Imani herself, Fox 2 News' amazing and incredible Erica Erickson. You called for this song,
I love that song.
and we were just talking as we were getting ready to go live here about like going to Vegas because you love Vegas, I love Vegas, and then we were looking at flights. And what was the last time I checked?
Crazy.
$35 round trip.
Insane. Well, what airline was it? Because,
It
Spirit.
was yeah,
But
it's that those guys.
some of them, I mean, the lowest I saw was like 65. So $34 round trip. That's my dog. You're going to hear that the whole half hour. That's a steal. But like you were saying, though, what are you going to do?
Yeah, nothing. You can't. There's nowhere to stay. I mean, me and my friends had talked about going there and maybe golfing, and doing being somewhere warm, like a couple weeks ago, and being safe, obviously. But there's nowhere to stay. You can't golf. The mayor's a crazy person, so we'll wait for those Corona guards to come in. You and I will go there. I'll buy you some drinks. We'll be safe. It'll be great. But Erica, it's great to see you. You've always been someone that I've loved as a person, but also what you do, as a professional.
Aw.
I feel that way about you. Before we get into anything, there's a lot that I want to get to you with, and we do have a surprise coming up later. But there's a few things you got to do right off the jump here. First, you got to introduce your dogs, and you got to tell everyone.
Okay.
You got to tell everyone what kind of wine you have, because I told you one of the demands of your appearance tonight, even though you should be demanding. You should be demanding from me, not me from you, is that you have to drink during the show. Because I'm 9 years sober, so I can't drink. I just have some water here. But what do we have? What do we have going on? It's like Andy Cohen's
I
Watch
have a
Your
little
Time.
I have a little Sauvignon Blanc. It's a very nice, dry and crisp white. It's nice and potent,
Does it have a nice
and
finish?
it's good.
Good
It's a
finish.
very nice finish, nice
Oaky.
crisp finish.
I used
Not
to
and it's not oaky.
I used to love Erica. I was a big fan of wine when I drank. I was never a big drinker, but I worked at Grazie Ristorante in Ann Arbor, and I worked at J.
Hmm.
Alexander's as a waiter. And I know did you
I
work?
worked at J.
Yeah, you worked at J.
Alexander's.
Alexander's too. That's
We
right.
we discussed this, right?
Yes, we could have
I was
been.
there for 6 years.
I was there for about 4.5, 5. I came
Wait,
back
which one?
the one in West Bloomfield on
Okay,
Ocean
I
Lake
was
Road.
in Livonia.
Yeah, so I came back to Michigan. I'd been in Costa Rica, Atlanta, Florida, all that stuff, getting sober, etc., partying too much. And then I came back, and before I went to 97.1, I started at J. Alexander's just to keep myself busy and obviously have a giant job. And it was amazing. I had a great time there. I started there and I was sober. Then I started using drugs again. Then I got sober again. And then it was a great experience, though. And listen, I'm not to brag or anything. I know,
No, but good for you.
but I was
Good
a
for you.
I was a pretty damn good waiter. I mean, we're talking top level, top. I'm sure you. I'm
Do you
sure
remember AOA?
AOA hands,
Do you know what that
please.
really means? AOA?
Audible something. Hold on, I used to know this for sure. It's
Oh,
audible. Hold on. Uh, give
you
me
got
that.
1 out of 3 letters, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on, anybody. Audible order acknowledgement.
I think you're right.
I think I'm right. You're the one that just asked me what it means.
I didn't know I was bluffing. I
Hey,
forgot. I
what?
just always said AOA. I
What?
thought it was like acknowledgement of action or
No, I think
something.
it's audible order acknowledgement because like hands run the food out. I love that you're bluffing. You got to play in our poker tournaments. But no, so I was gonna say, I used to love wine. Like I was big into Chiantis. I love Cabernets. I like Pinot
Mm,
Grigio.
mm.
But I never. It's fine. I'm not. I don't have a problem not drinking right now because I don't need it. But it was the drugs were the issue. But you're drinking in my honor. And then who are these two incredible dog
I
voices?
am drinking and suck it, COVID. We all hate you.
By the way, Mike on
That
the
was my
chat says,
tears.
Mike says, how come every time there's a female guest, I get on the Blazer? Well, I got to look nice for a female guest. I had our great friend Kenner Lust on, Blazer, Eric Erickson, Blazer. I mean, I got to look nice
Thank
because
you.
you look amazing. All right, introduce the
Thank
dogs
you.
to the world, please.
Okay, so this little guy right here, you see him?
Uh, yeah, he's kind of
That's
in the camera.
Tito. He's asleep, and that's a good thing because he gets really excited. But hey, buddy, hi.
Tito.
He's mad. I just woke him up. And then there's Mr. Hank. Hi, Hank. Hey,
Mr.
buddy.
Hank, man.
Hey, Mr. Hank.
Those are great. Look, they know they're on camera. Look, they know. What do you guys think
Hey,
you're
Mr.
about?
Hank.
What do you think you're about, Mr. Hank? So you've got is it a pug? A pug?
That's a pug, and then Tito is a
Chihuahua?
Chihuahua. He's a rescue, so he might be mixed with something else, but he's all love, right?
Aw. Well, your dogs are awesome. You're awesome. And there's so much that I want to get to you with here. But I want to start with
Yeah, let's
this.
get to it.
I think that a lot of people know part of your story, but I think that some obviously don't. And, you're local, just like me. You won the Journalism Award, Graduate of the Year Award at Wayne State.
Weird, right?
I mean, you deserved it. There's a reason you're at Fox 2. And by the way, I think obviously you know this. Fox 2 is a near and dear place in my heart, Erica, because as a wildly crazy, insane as I still am, but much more professional these days, intern, whether it was Huel Perkins or Monica or Dan Miller or Greg Canner or Woody or Jen,
all of the above.
they put up with me. They taught me. Without my Fox 2.
That says a lot.
Well, listen, this is one thing, and I will brag about this because I am nuts. They let me come back twice to intern. Thanks, Erica. I can see that. They let me come back twice. Most people only intern once. I had to get the college credit both times, though. So I paid for it.
Wait. Time out.
I interned twice.
That's not even allowed.
Oh, it's allowed, all right, because that was a pretty big deal. I'm just saying.
Paid?
No. No, I didn't get paid. When you're an intern,
no,
Erica,
you paid for the internship.
No, you pay for college credit. That's how it works. You know that,
right? But you shouldn't be able to go to. Okay, all right. Those must have been different times. This must have been a long time ago.
You're not that younger than me. But what I'm saying, you look like you're about 21, though. No, I was able to go. But listen, when I was an intern at Fox 2, they used to send me to Tiger Stadium, the Palace, Joe Louis, with Rodney, our great friend Rodney, the cameraman, or other people by myself. You can't do that anymore. I used to get the sound. I could edit. But no, they allowed me to intern twice. And it taught me so much. And I learned how to write. I learned how to edit. I learned how to do all the different things. And without Fox 2, I would never be where I'm at. I met a lot of the people that I love in the business, whether it was Jamie Samuelson or, Stoney or Pat Caputo or whoever it was back in the day doing the Sports Ed show or the Sports Work show. So Fox 2 is a near and dear place in my heart. And there's a very important reason you're there, Erica, because you're pretty darn amazing at what you do. But tell everyone where you came from, how kind of your path to where you're at right now, which is someone that is very respected in this city.
Well, I wasn't a huge fan of high school. I mean, school, it wasn't high school. It was just, I don't feel like going to class, And I decided to go to Schoolcraft, and I still didn't feel like going to class. Finally, I decided, wow, I don't want to work at a bar or a restaurant for the rest of my life, just because I didn't feel the stability. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There's actually some bartenders doing really, really well right now.
Yeah.
Maybe not right this moment, but you know what I mean. So I transferred to Wayne State, and then I started doing really well. I started to care, and I was actually going to go into print journalism, but a very, very wonderful professor, Kim Piper Aiken, love her. She's like running the broadcast program and saying, why don't you do broadcasts,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of summing up the story, but she changed my life. She was awesome. She kind of brought out the talent and made me realize that, wow, I actually kind of like this. So I worked in Traverse City for 3 years. I launched a news magazine show and anchored and produced and reported. And then I came here.
Well,
I mean, I interned here. I interned at Fox 2 when I was in college.
I'm surprised you didn't like high school, because I'm sure you were like Miss Popular and all the girls.
No, I liked high school. I just didn't like going to class.
Because I'm sure you were like, not like the girls in Mean Girls, but I'm sure you were very popular. And the other girls were very...
It was a huge school, though. You think of Plymouth Canton. I mean, there was like thousands of people there. So,
yeah, well,
that means thousands of opportunities to, do other stuff.
Right. But listen, your path obviously landed you in a very great place. What was it like, by the way, working up in Traverse City? I love Traverse City. I go to camp in a place, or I went to camp and I still go visit every year in a place called Camp Tanuga in Kalkaska. And during my years as a camper and then a counselor and then someone that goes back to visit, I go to TC at least 2, 3, 4 times a year. It's amazing. What was because I've got a couple of friends actually that are working up there in TV, and it's a lot different. But what was that like for you in that area?
It's a lot different. Is definitely it. So when I first started, I mean, we were making crap money. Let's be honest. Sometimes we would steal coffee, toilet paper, just the kind of things that you needed, couldn't afford. You're like, oh, groceries or rent? I don't know this week. But I made some really good friends there, and the stories weren't exactly hard hitting, but they were fun.
Sure.
And it was hard to leave. It was so hard to leave. But the second my news director contacted me, I'm like, dude, I gotta go. I gotta bounce. This is the opportunity of a lifetime, and it's my hometown. You know, I get to see my friends, get to see my family, I get to see people like you that. You know, when I'm up north, I mean, it's just you're far, but you're not that far.
But
It's
it's different, and being in this,
it's just so different.
In Detroit, I mean, you know this, and this is one of the main. I mean, I respect you in many different ways, but one of the reasons I really respect you is that you are a Detroit person at heart, like me. And Detroit's it's a very special town. Is it easy to work here sometimes? No. Is there a lot of crime? Is there a lot of bad things? Sure. Every city, big city's got that. But the heart of the people and some of the stories, and we'll talk about this in a bit here.
Oh my goodness.
Some of the stories you've been able to cover of the, just amazing heroics of people, not just during this time, but in general in the last, in your career. Detroit's it's just an amazing place. And by the way, we got Taylor saying hi, Dylan, Chuck, everyone's fired up for the great Erica Erickson. And Dylan wants to know if we're going to talk any Tigers or Lions. Erica's a big Detroit sports fan. We'll get to that as well. But when it comes to what you're doing right now, and we know this is, I mean, it's an insane time, Erica, for all of what we do in this business. Obviously, me with sports, you on the more of the news angle. I mean, I've been working at home doing the show, which I'm so grateful to have you on for the last 5-6 weeks because there's no on-air shifts for me right now at 97.1, and I missed that, and I can't wait to get back to that. But I wanted to.
That stinks. It's hard being at home.
It is.
I'm definitely not gonna downplay that because I know some people who are working from home and they are going crazy.
But and
I feel thankful sometimes to not be stuck at home.
Yes, but I
just want everyone to know that, like, I get it.
Yes,
you guys got to be just feeling. Cool.
Well, and I stay busy, and I have amazing people like you on the show, so I'm keeping connected and making sure people know that I'm around and that I'm there for them, and I want to be whatever that part of their life I was on the radio or on social media. But for you during this, I really am fascinated to hear from you on this, and we've talked obviously off air about this, but to let the people know what reporting during this global pandemic. Obviously, Michigan is one of the hotter spots in the world. We have a governor that I'm not going to get political here, but I respect what she's trying to do, keep people safe. We have people that are protesting in the Capitol. We have people that are
inside
today.
Inside the Capitol today.
I put that video up. I don't want to get people mad, but go to my Twitter and Daily 97.1 and watch they're so, and this is the one, I'm not getting political, but this is the one thing I'll say. They are so not, Erica, and if you disagree, it's fine. I don't think they're I know you won't disagree, though. They are not representative at all of the majority of the people in the state. It's a small group of people that are trying to cause Joker-type chaos, like in the movie The Dark Knight. So I'll say that because I was so frustrated when I saw it earlier. But to get to you, what has this been like for you?
Well, I can also say just when I go out, if I go to the grocery store, I mean, last time I went, everyone was wearing a mask.
Me too.
And this was before the governor even ordered that everyone wear a mask. Yep. So I got to say kudos to a lot of people, the social distancing and things like that. I mean, you see videos from people dancing on the sidewalks in Detroit, they're 6 feet apart. Oh, I love it. It's been a little crazy because there are some people who don't care. I mean, we're used to being in our live trucks and we have, maybe a homeless guy knocks on the window, or you have the window down and someone pops their head in,
right.
Whoa!
Hey, Eric Erickson!
Hey there.
My favorite!
How you doing? They're right there. So, there's still those people who do that.
Right.
But I think a lot of people have been pretty good dealing with this. I think they're really realizing that even if you are asymptomatic or you're younger and healthy, well, what about the older people that we're spreading it to? So I got to say, just being out in the field and seeing, and actually I should say not seeing people, so many people are staying inside. I'm just really impressed. I really am.
Yeah, well,
especially in Detroit.
Yeah, I think that as we were saying, I'm not, it's frustrating to see, and especially someone like you that's out there, putting their life at risk to report on this stuff. And people forget sometimes that the journalists are out there. I mean, I'm doing this from home. People are doing radio shows from home. People are doing Skype stuff on the cable networks from home. You're out there in the field. You're doing stuff. But the high majority of people in this great state that we both love, are both from here, born and raised, they are taking this seriously. And as you mentioned, I went to the grocery store. It was like 3 or 4 days ago. Everyone except for one person. And I'm not going to get mad, but everyone except for
that one person.
And they were probably in their 20s. Maybe they didn't get it. but there was one person that wasn't wearing a mask. Everyone else was. When I have ever been, I mean, I'm not going out in public at all, but I've gone on some walks with my dad, and we socially distance. Or I've had to go. One time I had to go to the phone store because my stupid phone broke. The screen broke. That sucked. But everyone's wearing masks. They're being smart. What has it been like to have to report on some of this? Has there been times where you've been scared for your safety, aside from the people popping their head in the windows, or what has that experience been like for you so far?
I would say being around some first responders has been a little, you get a little nervous, but then you also realize, oh, these are first responders and they have all the gear. Like they have the best gear. So I would say for the most part, I haven't been too nervous. I think I'm more impressed with just the people coming together. I mean, I did a story a couple days ago about Royal Oak firefighters on their off time volunteered, raised their own, they took the money from their own union and bought 5,000 pounds of groceries and passed them out in the
Wow.
rain, off duty. I met this woman who, she's got a family of six, and she's like, I'm embarrassed. I never thought I'd have to do this. I'm trying to find free food every day. But then you got these guys just out in the rain, passing out cereal boxes and apples and gallons of milk. It was truly heartwarming.
Yeah,
And that's the kind of stuff that I love seeing during
me
this.
too. And seeing the reporting you've done and the stories like that, I think that we know, and keeping the kind of the small group of wackos aside here, all due respect, everyone has the right to, the right
All
to.
due respect to the
Well,
wackos.
no, I'm just saying you have your right to protest, but not be a stupid eagle. But
Oh, you're talking about the protesters. I
yeah,
thought you were talking about the people who popped their head in the
well,
truck.
those guys are wackos too, or girls. But my point is that with all due respect to the small group of people that don't get it and are causing chaos, the stories like that you just mentioned and the different things that people need to hear during this time are exactly what you're talking about there. Whether it's people, helping with food banks, the Royal Oak firefighters. I've seen so many stories, people raising money for, people struggling to get on unemployment because it's the system.
Right.
We're lucky here. Listen, I'm on unemployment right now. I'm not embarrassed to say it. This state it's tough for certain ways, but this state's been doing a great job. Other states not so much. So we need these kind of stories, Erica. I think that it's giving people the hope that right now, times are tough, but their human beings are beautiful. And I say that about you. I mean, you are not just the way outside, inside, Erica, but I'm saying like you're no, we've always
Thank
connected that way.
you.
We've always connected that way because I think that our hearts are in the same place. We care about people, we care about the city, and your reporting is helping. I know a ton of people, as well as your great station as well.
I,
Get
I I
through
would hope
this.
I hope to think that,
Yeah.
even just like a little bit, a little bit.
No, it's more than a little. I trust your head, but it's more than a little. That being said, what is during this time? I
I
trust.
don't know.
There it is. I like it. During this time, since everything went to heck, when how do you look at what your job is? Obviously, you've always appreciated what you do. I know that you're a very grateful person, but how have you looked at how things have
I have my
changed?
moments though.
We all do. So do I. I'm a grateful person. I freak out. But how have you looked at how that's changed about the way you tackle your job, what you're doing in general? Because we've talked the last several weeks about there's certain nights where you're just really tired and you have a lot going on, and it's got to be tough sometimes.
I swear every weekend I have to tell myself I have to unplug. I can't because it's COVID-19 24/7 all
Right.
the time. And you have to unplug. I don't care what field you work in. Don't watch the news all the time. And I'm saying that as a news person because it's too much. Nobody can take that much coronavirus all the time. It's all over social media too. So if you
Yeah.
need to take a break from social media, do that. Just take some time to yourself or Zoom or Skype with someone or FaceTime. That's what I'm learning in the
Well,
last couple of days. I scheduled a happy hour with my favorite girlfriends
yes.
tomorrow, and just because we're you mix all of this constant COVID coverage, and then you mix that with being quarantined. Of course, we're gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Of course, we're gonna go
Yep.
nuts.
It's human nature. Oh, by the
So
way,
you have to take a break.
yeah, one of those things that they could do is watch the task force with you and me right now. So that helps.
There you go.
No, it's great you bring that up because me and one of my best friends from college, Mike Morrison, he lives in New York. Well, he lives outside New York City, in Livingston, New Jersey. I think he moved to a different city, but it's right by New York City. And every Tuesday night, we're big fans of the band Fish. and they have a free
Oh boy.
Fish normally charges for like live shows and stuff. You got to pay not a ton of money, but they're very smart. They monetize all these live video shows and audio and all that stuff that Fish fans love. But they do this dinner and a show every Tuesday night for free. 7 o'clock, they play a full show, pretty much one of their great shows of all time. And we all get on Zoom. I'm here. A bunch of those guys are in New York. One guy's in California. So like that we.
When was this?
This is every Tuesday night. Fish dinner and a
So Fish is still a thing.
Oh, it's still a thing, my friend. I'm going to.
Don't hate me.
I've seen them 25 times. I'm going to see them.
Oh my God, you're one of them.
I am one of them, and I'm drug free now.
Oh.
I'm drug free now. But you know what the cool thing is that it's one of those things. Like I bring up this quote a lot because I saw this really early on, maybe like before we even went to a state home. I was watching a cable news show, and they had the former Surgeon General on, Vivek Murphy, who was the Surgeon General under Obama. And he said, listen, we're going to have an economic recession. It's just the way it goes when you have a pandemic. We'll get through that. But we're also going to have a social recession, and that we've got to be there for each other. And you mentioned I have a lot of girlfriends who are doing happy hour. We're doing Zoom calls, and we're playing poker tournaments. That is, Erica, it's so important to stay in touch with people because we got to make sure everyone knows they're not alone. Like, I'm lucky. I'm an addict, so I can be by myself. But I'm able to, connect with people. I mean, that's what we do for our business. So you and I are good at that. But there's others that are – I have a friend that was unfortunately laid off in our business at home. His marriage just got called off. He doesn't have any family. He's all by himself.
Wow.
So I always try to stay –
we should call him.
We should. I try to call him all the time. So we've got to make sure – I think it's so important, Erica, and I'm glad you brought it up. We've got to be there and reach out to everybody, right? Because they can't.
Especially, older people. I mean, they're usually kind of lonely as it is.
Right.
They're usually retired and they don't get to interact with coworkers. And it's just, I don't know. It stinks. I hate COVID.
Yeah, I do too. But listen, we're going to get through it. By the way, the D-Line's here for the party. They're big fans of yours. My friend D. Rose is a big fan of yours. He's supposed to be on the chat at some point. D-Line says Fish Leach is like Springsteen and Stoney. Fish and Leach is Springsteen. Stoney's seen Fish or Springsteen like 215 times, Erica. And he had
I'll do Springsteen that many times, but not Fish.
Well, he had it worked. You got to come to a Fish show. It's the best. I mean, I'm not even on drugs anymore. It's great. But it's funny because Stoney used to, back when he worked at WDFN, he had it worked into his contract that if Springsteen was if Springsteen was within 500 miles, he was allowed to take the day off, something like that. So 100% true. By the way, the Porchos want me to ask you, Erica, do you think the cider mills will be open in the fall?
Oh,
I know. I love the Franklin Cider Mill. I know the people that own it.
I hope so. I mean, we can social distance at a cider mill, right?
Yeah, you just have to have like ropes and
that's
stuff.
my answer. I hope so because that's one of my favorite things.
Me too. Yeah,
come on,
Erica.
Can't take that away from us too.
Let's plan on a cider mill date. I'll buy you some apples.
Okay.
You can buy me a donut. And I always go there.
Oh, I'm buying you a donut?
But I'm buying you apples and cider.
Okay.
You're just buying me one donut. And I'm buying you everything
just
else.
One.
Just one.
Okay.
But we always go there.
Deal.
I'm Jewish. Piggy swear. I got it. I always go there for Rosh Hashanah. After the Jewish New Year, we always would go there with the family and dip,
nice.
Apples and honey. And I hope so too. But listen, it's all going to work itself out. It's obvious.
I hope so.
We've never gone through this in modern times. The last global pandemic was Spanish flu, which, by the way, did start in Spain. Silly nannies. It was, early on, and I told you we wouldn't get political. We're not going to. But there's people that were trying to say.
You sure you're not going to get political?
I promise. But when people were calling it the Chinese virus, and they were saying that specifically.
It's not, it originated in Europe.
Right.
Is the study.
But the reason that people were saying that was there was Asian Americans that were getting some hate attacks.
Right.
But people would say, hey, was it not called the Spanish flu? The funniest thing about that is, to me, Erica, if people did a little research, because I knew this like going back to school, the Spanish flu did start in Spain. It started in Kansas. And the reason it was called the Spanish flu is that during World War I, Spain wasn't under a blackout for the media. Like they weren't under,
I didn't even know that.
That's why it's called the Spanish flu. It had nothing to do with Spain. So those people
Hank, what do you think about that?
Yeah,
Hank, what do you think?
Hank, what do you think?
He's like, I already knew that.
Is Hank
That's
a fan, a fellow colleague from a different station, Hank Winchester, by any chance? Is he named after Hank Winchester?
No, he's not. Hank Winchester's named after him.
Yes, that's what I thought. Hank Winchester, good friend of the Staffords. All right, so I wanna ask you about this. When you mentioned that obviously, COVID-19 24 hours a day, what have you been doing aside from obviously coming on the greatest show you've ever been on, the Task Force, and
Ever.
drinking Sauvignon Blanc? What have you done to decompress? Because Erica, I'm actually busier now than I was when I was working because I'm trying to do stuff every day. But you're always keeping busy. You're always working hard. What do you do to kind of decompress?
Well, I love my dogs, so I try to go out whenever it's nice out. I try to go outside.
Dog guys.
Period. Guys, whenever it's nice out, just go outside.
Hey,
the sun. Oh my god!
Really quick, Eric, I got to stop you because you made fun of me. We were probably getting ready for the show. I said it's raining.
Of course,
it's raining today, and I've gone on walks for 37 straight days, and it's the first day I haven't. You're like, you haven't gone on a walk in 37 days. I'm like, no, 37 straight days.
I thought you said you hadn't been on a walk for like over a month. I was kind of grossed out.
We all can't be in shape, as good a shape as you are. I've lost 10 pounds.
But that's great. Good for you.
But it's the first day I have it because it's raining right now. I should have gone. But I was more concerned and I thought it was more important to get ready for the show. But no, what are you doing to keep yourself relaxed?
Well, I do like I said, playing with my dogs. Yep. They always make me smile. They don't know what COVID is, so you don't even have to talk about it with your dogs. Getting outside always helps. Even if it's just a walk around the block, that helps. Get some sun, whatever. Oh, and watch some Netflix. And the new season of Ozark is out.
Oh, yes.
I haven't watched it yet. I did watch The Stranger. I binged that. So and I love scary movies and my crime shows and things like that. So whatever you like to watch, take a day, chill out. If it's raining out, if it's crappy out,
chillax, man.
There's nothing wrong with it.
You know what?
Chillax.
Do you watch the first 48? Because I just started watching that. That's actually a great show.
Yes, don't they have the new season?
Yeah, I heard about it. I never really watched it before, but it's excellent. What you said you're a big.
It's very good.
You said you're a big crime show person. What's your favorite crime?
Yes. Show? Oh my god. So Mindhunter on Netflix is so good.
Great show.
I do love. Yes. Well, Law and Order SVU is my favorite.
Whatever.
I got my mom hooked. I got my grandma hooked. I got my sister hooked.
He wasn't on SVU.
I'm gonna get you all hooked too.
I did meet Chris Noth once in New York, so that's my one SVU.
Yes.
He wasn't SVU though. By the way, did you watch The Outsider? It was on HBO with Ben Mendelsohn and a bunch of others. It is incredible.
I heard. I have not seen it.
You've got to watch
it. Man down.
Hey, man down.
I got too excited. I got to calm down.
Well, that's what I was.
No, it's on my list though.
Yeah. By the way, you get too excited. That's what I was when you were 6 glasses of wine in, so it's fine. You've got to watch The Outsider. Listen, you're at home. You're not driving. You can do whatever you want. The Outsider is great. You mentioned Ozark.
I got work tomorrow.
I got one more for you though. It's not a crime show per se.
Okay.
But I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously. It just ended the series. And I think Homeland is one of the great shows ever. So I don't know if you're a Homeland fan.
Yeah.
The series just ended.
It's on my list.
It's
on my list.
Yes.
So yeah, people have been talking about it like crazy. I definitely have to watch it. Right. But I got to tell you, Mindhunter, boom.
I started Mindhunter. I haven't finished it yet. And by the way, Picard, I know you're probably not a Star Trek fan. Picard on CBS All Access, amazing.
Star Trek? No, I'm good.
Yeah, thanks. We talked about it yesterday. Thanks a lot.
La.
By the way,
kidding.
Glenn,
I'm just kidding.
Glenn says he hates 2020 as much as cancer. Also, my dog's fur babies are ready for us to go back to work. I think they missed their naps or house to themselves. And the D-Line says,
wow.
Yes.
When your dogs are kicking you out, that's pretty bad.
Reverse engineering.
That's getting bad.
The D-Line says Tiger King. Have you gotten into the Tiger King craze?
Oh, okay. So Amy Lang, who I work with,
Amy.
She said, I told her that she had to watch Ozark, and she's like, I'll only do it if you watch Tiger King. I'm like, deal. So I honestly have it prepped for this weekend. Boom. I'm gonna watch it. I'm late to the game, I know, but I'm excited.
By the way, speaking of excited, we have a surprise in a second. But before we get to the surprise, I want to talk to you about sports because we both love sports. And you mentioned, obviously, working all nonstop about this, COVID-19 stuff. You got to have a way to kind of chillax. And of course, there's no sports right now. Hopefully, there will be soon. There will be eventually.
Hopefully,
there will be
sometime.
Yeah,
something.
I still think we might not have seasons this year, but if we don't, it'll be that much better down the road. That being said, you love Detroit sports. What are some of the things sports-wise that mean the most to you?
Well, I do love Tigers baseball. I've always been a fan. I lived in downtown Detroit before it, became downtown Detroit what it is now. And I remember going on the roof and I could hear the growl. I'd run inside and then I'd see, because there was a delay on the TV. So I'd be outside, maybe drinking a little bit with friends. And then we'd hear the growl and then we'd run in and then we'd wait 2 seconds and then you'd see the score.
Yes. It was the best.
And it was great. It was awesome. I found this picture today. You can see it. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, you and Jimmy Smokes. The great Jimmy Lee.
You like that?
What were you, 19?
So there's a story behind that.
You're 19 in that picture, aren't you?
I'm not 19, but I think this was like 10 years ago. I was at a game, and it was before the game, and I'll hold this up so it's got to go with the story, right?
Jimmy
the picture
Smokes.
with the story.
Jimmy
God,
Lee
look how much older I look. This is frightening.
No, you look great.
Both. So basically, I was at a game, and there were these kids there. It looked like, I don't know if it was like Boy Scout troop or some kind of field trip, but they wanted to hang out with the players and they wanted to go down, but there was a security guard that wouldn't let them. So I distracted the security guard so the kids could go down there and meet the players and, whatever. It was nice.
Look at you.
So I'm walking in Greektown later on after the game and Leland is like, hey, you. I'm like, me? Who is that old man? I didn't know. I'm like, oh my God, that's Jim Leland. He's like, hey, I saw what you did. I said, oh, I thought I was in trouble. He's like, thanks for doing that. I was like, oh my God. And then he asked me if I wanted to go play poker and smoke cigars.
Yep. I hope you said,
Greektown.
Tell me you said yes. Please tell me you said yes.
I didn't. I couldn't do that.
Oh, money.
No. I was younger.
A poker and smoke cigar invitation from
I
Leland.
should have been like, yeah, I'll spend your money.
Yeah, well,
sure.
I'm sure he would have given you a few hundred. I mean, he's got a ton of cash. Dylan.
He was really sweet, though.
He's the best.
Really sweet.
I got to sit down with him. The Tigers had me do these Q&As with old players and obviously managers. And I did one with Jim a few years ago. The stories that guy has, his sense of humor.
Oh my gosh. I can only imagine.
Just the best. And
he's so low key too when he says stuff. Just
so low
it's key. So nonchalant. And you're just like, whoa, what'd you say?
Yeah, he said, I'm trying to remember what he told me. He told this joke during the thing. It was, he's always been married forever. And it was something about, I think some porn star or someone had reached out to him and he told his wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he
where does this story go?
No, nothing happened. But he's like, yeah, they offered to hey, it was some, I can't remember exactly how it went, but basically it came down to the fact that he said, listen, I appreciate the offer, but my wife will probably cut my head off, so I'm out. It wasn't anything like sexual or anything, but it was the way he told the story was hilarious. He was the best.
But he was polite too, letting her down easy. I appreciate the offer.
Very nice. That's a great Jim Leland story. By the way, Dylan wants me to ask you your greatest Tigers memory or greatest Tigers moment.
Oh, that was one of them. But I don't want to make anyone this is not a sad story, but 2006, I was at the World Series game, and I was with my boyfriend at the time, and we lost. I think it was the Cardinals.
In the World Series in 06?
Yes.
Yeah, 06 was Cardinals. Nicely done, E-Money.
Wow, I can't believe I even remembered that, considering
it was 14. Yeah, and it was 14 years ago. You were 7 back then.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so young.
You were dating at 7? What kind of parents you got?
I was dating at 7. It's crazy. I know. I'm only 19 now, so it's weird how time. Anyway, it was we had great seats, and my boyfriend had passed away the following year, so that was the moment for me. That was the best memory that I will hold on to forever.
Sure. And
it just always, I don't know, it was great. It was something that I'll never forget.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that, and I'm very sorry that he passed away. But that brings up,
honestly, don't be sorry. I got to know him, and you didn't. Yeah. So ha ha ha.
All right, thanks a lot. That's very mean. For me though, I at that point in '06, I was doing a syndicated show out of San Francisco, living in Atlanta, and I flew in to the World Series to see Game One
Oh,
with my dad. And
that's so
we spent
awesome.
all day downtown. See, he had gone to '84. He was in '84 when they won. I was at games
Oh
in
my
'84,
gosh.
but I wasn't at the World Series. I was 7. So
I
he,
wasn't alive.
I know. Well,
I mean,
you were
I
like
was
-15.
being born, maybe.
Maybe you were a myth, as my dad likes to say, a myth. Uh,
I was a thought. Yeah, myth.
so he's like, Danny, back then you were a myth, and he sounds just like, Danny, you were a myth. So I flew in, and this was during a period of time where I was, trying to get sober. I was struggling with a lot of things, and to be able to come in and spend that whole day with my dad. We did lose game one. They should have started JV game one, but whatever. But we and my dad's seats are sick for like row 4, first baseline, like right
Oh,
by where Miggy used to be, and to be there
wow.
that day, and he has this big picture in the basement that he had taken, and it's framed, and you can see us, like you can actually see us in the big kind of like overhead shot. That
That's so
that was such a special day.
cute.
So I can totally understand the memory you have and why you'll never.
And it doesn't even, I mean, it matters that it sucks that we
Right.
lost, but you're still like, whoa, I was there. It was cool. And it was the people that you were
Yep.
with that made it. I sound so cheesy.
I'm the
But
Eric.
it is.
You can never sound
Whatever.
as cheesy as me. Uh,
Lay on the
Before we get
cheese.
to the surprise, I did want to ask you about your favorite Detroit all-time athlete. You're around the same age as me. You look about 20 years younger, so you've been alive for some great teams and championships. I know it's a very tough question. If you want to give more than one, that's fine. But who would you say is your all-time favorite Detroit athlete? The one that means the most to you?
Gosh, that's so
I
hard.
know.
I think I think the only I would say, and this is so random, but I've seen the way this person acts to people and to children, and was a freaking good player. So I'm gonna say Chauncey Billups because
Chauncey.
yeah, just because I've just seen the way that he interacts with his fans, and I personally just think he's a nice guy.
I think that's a great answer. And unfortunately, Dave Rieger normally is on the show with me. He's one of my best friends, but he's also a Broncos slap. And he'd be like, oh, Chauncey Billups, Denver. He
I
went to
mean, he's
Colorado.
he's
Stupid.
not here anymore, but I did love Cabrera for a long
Sure.
time. But I think like, well, we're just laying on the cheese again. It's just seeing the people that they are, and I've personally seen Chauncey Billups. Oh my gosh, just the way he interacts with kids is adorable, and just the nice things that he does for
When I
people.
first started in 97.1 and came back to Detroit, the Pistons hired me to be the pre and post game host. And that was Chauncey's that season he came back. He wasn't that like a great player that year, but he was a definite leader and taught a lot of those young guys. And to be able to cover him, because I wasn't here, I was in Atlanta in '04 getting sober in rehab. So I wasn't here for that run.
Right.
To be able to cover him in that final season, that meant a lot to me. He
Oh
was
man.
such an incredible guy. And obviously, the
Oh,
finals MVP in '04, Erica, they show that.
and he's not tall.
No, he's a shrimp boat.
He's
They,
not
they
tall.
just showed game 5 on Fox Sports Detroit a couple nights ago, the game we won against the heavily favored Lakers. I got chills like it was
Was that 2000? Wait, you said 2004, 2005?
2004, 03, 04.
Okay.
That was
I was gonna say. Yeah.
that to
Okay.
watch that again. It was like it was happening because see, it was cool. I was in Atlanta at this place called Talbot Recovery Campus, and we lived in apartments, so it wasn't like we were shut off from the world or anything. But they let us watch every game live in the auditorium. And I'm like, there was one other person from Michigan. Everyone else is from like Atlanta, Florida, Mexico, whatever. It was all over the
Right.
world. So we watched every game in the auditorium. It was kind of an appointment thing we got to do every night. And people were rooting for me because there was a lot of Lakers haters because it was Hawks country, and the Lakers were the favorites. But I told this story on social media a couple days ago when they were doing this, because for me, the Lakers were this big favorite, and you mentioned Chauncey and that obviously Ben Wallace and Rip, and that team with
Oh
Tayshaun.
my
They were
gosh.
one of the best teams. I put that in quotes because they were the sum of their parts, like the Bad Boys were. But the '04 team was so incredible.
Oh.
No superstars, no Hall of Famers, Erica, but they were like a 4-1 underdog against the Lakers. And I'm in
Right.
rehab, and we all know, as you've done stories, and you know that it's tough to get sober. And there's people. That's why I was trying to help people to know that they're not alone. They can get through this.
I think that's great, by the
No,
way,
I
what you're doing
appreciate
too.
that.
And I've noticed you've been doing a lot more, especially during COVID. So I'm just going to say that. You can get back to your
No,
story.
I appreciate you saying that. If I can help one person, and it helps me too. Helping others helps me. You know, you're the same way, Erica. You're a giver. That's why I love you. So maybe we'll go to Paris to get married someday. And I'll buy you
Paris.
yes, and I'll buy you you buy me a donut. I buy you apples. So I'm sitting there to myself, and this was I'd probably been there for about a month. So I was definitely past the detox, and I was hopeful, and I was walking and getting in shape and playing basketball. And I thought to myself, if this Pistons team, against all odds, can beat the Lakers, no one gave any chance. Everyone said it's going to be a sweep, maybe 5 games.
Nobody
No
did.
one. They were 4-1
Nobody did.
favorite underdogs in Vegas. That's crazy for an NBA Finals. One of the biggest underdogs ever in the modern era. And I said, if they can do it, I can get sober. And they did it, and I got sober. So it's all, thank you, everybody. It's all about having those things.
Why am I raising the roof like it's 1999 or something?
04, they were still raising the roof, and they were letting dogs out then.
That's true. 04, we still were.
By the way, Dylan says Cabrera, his favorite Detroit athlete. RJ says Stevie Y. And the poor Joe's Erica say, I'm 40. They spelled your name ERCIA. Obviously, it's a typo, but they know how to spell your name. It's ERIKA with a heart at the end. He says, Erica, I'm 41. Wish you were around during the 90s and the Lions and the Silverdome. You would have loved. Now, listen, you were young enough. You were old enough to have gone to the Silverdome. Did you have any
I did go to the Silverdome.
Any Silverdome memories for us?
Not that I can remember.
So you're a real tiny little Erica. A tiny little baby.
I wasn't tiny, but I think at that age I was kind of forced to enjoy sports a little bit, and I didn't really appreciate it. And then I started to appreciate it again.
Well,
when I was a little older, and I'm a Michigan fan.
Obviously, it's another reason why I love you.
Go blue!
Go blue! Hopefully, we'll have a football season. Probably not, but if we do, they better go to Indy. All right, Erica, are you ready for our surprise? Let me get this ready here.
Yes.
So this was something that we talked about a long time ago. You were very excited to bring this guy in. Unfortunately, now I've done this only one.
He's stuck with me every day. Imagine that.
I've only done this.
Imagine it for a moment.
I've only done this one other time before, and I hope it works. Now the funny thing is that I can't find his thing. Hold on. Oh no! Here we go. I got it. I'm a genius.
All
right. So let's see.
Here we go.
Let's see what we can do here. It worked last time. I'm sure it's going to work this time. And I believe. Do we have? All right, it's calling. We told him to be ready. We told him to be ready. This is live on the fly.
Although we're a little behind on the time.
It says, you know what? Send him a text. It says he's unavailable. I still have some more questions for you. But we do want to bring in a surprise. Just text him really quick and say, please be ready. I think I lost your camera, by the way. So we got to get your camera back.
You told me to text.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So she's going to text, and I'll fill the time by telling you a joke. What did the baby
Here, no, I'm done. I'm good. I'm saving all of you right now. I'm back.
All right.
We're good.
I still want to tell that joke though, because it's okay. What did the mama tomato say to the baby tomato?
What?
Ketchup.
That's what you came up with?
That's it. It's Uma Thurman.
Time.
Erica, it's Uma Thurman from Pulp Fiction. Come on. All right, so hopefully we get the surprise.
That's my point. You stole the joke.
Well, I'm not a joke guy. Just make them up as I go.
You can't even get something original.
Mike from Premier Lawn Services, by the way, he is a big fan of yours as well. I think he owes me. He said he got me like beanies and hats and shirts, which I always like tweet for him because he does a great job. I've met him at Tigers games too. I don't think I've gotten that stuff yet, so I'm a little upset about that. No, I'm just kidding. Mike's a great fan, great friend, and a good whiz, and a great father. He loves the Tigers.
Aww.
All right, so before we get to the surprise, I'm calling this segment Eloping with Erica. I have no idea why, but it rhymed with E. There was nothing else. I didn't want to do Exquisite with Erica or Elephants with Erica.
Ooh,
so maybe I do
Elephants.
Maybe it's like subconscious. I do want to elope with you or something, but we'll call it Eloping with Erica. It's rapid fire questions for you. By the way, Dylan wants to give a shout out to Justin Verlander. He was a great Tiger. I won't make these hard.
Is it trivia?
No trivia. No trivia. These are just rapid fire questions about you so people can get to know what you like. We already talked about your athletes. What about your favorite band? I know I've asked this before. It's so tough. You give me a couple if you want.
Let's see. Give me a genre because I like a lot of music. I mean,
Give
I
me
was
your-
really
give me your-
excited to go see Billy Joel this summer.
Me
Just
too.
saying.
I've seen
And I'm
Billy
really
Joel.
disappointed.
Yep, I've seen Billy Joel. All right, what else? Give me a couple more. Couple more.
But did you see Billy Joel with Elton John?
Yes, I did. Back to back tour. I was there. I would have taken
You were there. Okay.
Erica. I would have taken you if you.
We were
played
probably at the same show.
Yep. If you play your cards right, I'll take
They
you next
switched
time.
pianos and they switched songs.
Yes, ma'am. I had to sit behind the stage till I got tickets to the last minute.
How's that?
It was pretty good. All right,
You
what
were
else?
behind. You were backstage. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
What's the next question? What,
No,
another band?
Give me some more. Give me some more.
Let's see. You ever heard of the Far Side?
Is that a rap? Is that a rap group?
They're hip hop. It's
Yeah.
like 90s hip hop.
Yes.
Come on, get with it. Get
my
with it,
friend-
Leach. Get with it.
Listen, E-Money, I'm a big music guy, but I'm not as much into rap as I used to be. I used to like Das Effects and Tupac and everybody. But my good friend John Gooch down from boarding school introduced me to the Invisible Scratch Pickles. He likes the Far Side too. I believe they're West Coast, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Yes, he's a big Far Side fan. So
Okay, so you know.
it's also a comic strip. All right, give me some more.
Let's see. What am I into right now?
What's in your eye?
I like a lot of classic rock. You know.
So do I. Zeppelin, Floyd. What are we talking? Stones, Who?
Duh.
Well, Zeppelin, Fish,
Duh.
Pearl Jam are my top three. Oasis, U2. I mean, doesn't get any better.
See, Pearl Jam. I like Pearl Jam. I just don't like Pearl Jam as much as I like some of the others.
Well,
'Cause I don't want to be depressed all the time.
Listen,
listen to the
you
like
need
I'm
to-
sad.
Thanks, Erica. You need to listen to the new album Gigaton. And when the tour gets back up next year, I will take you to a Pearl Jam show. I was supposed to go to Hamilton, Ontario, Canada on March 26th. Obviously, the tour got canceled or postponed.
You see, you're rich. You got Hamilton tickets?
Not as rich as you. I'm not as rich as you in finances or in quality of heart. All right. How about this? How about the most, well, I don't know if I want to say it that way. I'll say it this way. The interview you've done, not like you being interviewed, that you've actually interviewed, that meant the most to you.
Oh, wow, that's hard.
I mean, I'm not making these questions that hard. By the way, should we
You know how many people I've interviewed?
Yeah, well, you got to pick the best one. Like for me, it would probably be when I interviewed Barry Sanders in the Super Bowl. I mean, he spent like 30 minutes with me, or Ernie Harwell, or Dennis Miller. So I mean,
you've got some good ones. Okay. Let's see. God, that's tough. You know, this is cheesy again. This is cheesy. I was up north, and my sister and my mom came up, and my sister pretended she was me.
What?
And then we got to sit down and chat. It was super cute. And then it was really funny. So we tricked. That's the kind of stuff you can pull up north, you know.
Yes.
Your sister is just on TV pretending to be you.
Was that Natalie?
That's not an interview. Natalie, it's not an interview, but we did chat together and kind of like interview each other.
I like it.
It was ridiculous, is what it was.
All right, should we?
I can't even believe anyone let that happen. Frankly.
Should we try the special guest again? Did you hear from him?
Yeah, but you didn't ask me about my object.
We're not doing the objects yet. Whose show is this?
Oh.
We're not doing the. No, what I'm saying, should we try one more time to call the special guest?
Yes, let's call the special guest.
All right. Did he respond to the text you sent him? He's supposed to be waiting with bated breath.
He's waiting. He just texted me that he's about to call you because he's waiting around.
It says he's unavailable. I just called him. Again. He's ruining this great surprise. Let me try this one more time. All right. Like I said, the only time I ever did this was when I brought in original member of the show, Michael Stetzela, and it worked. But it's saying he's unavailable. You know what? I guess you could maybe try to have him call me. I don't know how it's going to work. Should we try?
I don't know.
I normally have to call him. Well, we'll let everyone know in case this doesn't work. It is your cameraman.
I think you don't know what you're doing.
Oh, no. Not only do I know what I'm doing, but I'm a mad genius and a beloved individual, including by you.
I'm calling him now, and I'm adding him to the conversation because you don't seem to be doing
I don't think that's going to work. I have the software. I don't think that's going to work.
Oh, it says he's unavailable.
Exactly. I've been doing it for 20 minutes. And you've disappeared again. Hey, I love
Hold on.
All right, we're gonna figure this out. and we'll get to your objects. Don't you worry.
What's another joke you have?
Okay. Pete and Repeat were sitting on a bridge. Pete sadly fell off. Who was left?
Nobody.
Answer the question. Who was left? It's my dad's favorite joke. All right, is he? Where is he? Where? No, Pete was not left. He fell off. It was Repeat. I repeat the joke. All right, I'm going to try one more time, and then unfortunately, our special guest is screwing us. I told him to be standing by his phone.
He says he just texted me. He's like, he's not calling.
You just tried him and it didn't work either.
I know. I don't know.
It says he's unavailable. All right, we'll do one more thing. Tell him to call me on Skype, and maybe that'll work. That's the last time, and then I got a couple more questions for you. Then we've got our house item. Then I've got a poker tournament to play. But I could spend all night with you. By the way, how many wine glasses are we in now? 5? 5 or 6? 6. Looks like you're scratching your camera. All right, here's some more questions. Your favorite ever place you have visited?
Ooh, Bangkok, Maine. That's one of them.
You mean Bangor, Maine?
I'm just kidding. Yes, Bangor, Maine.
Oh, so that was your joke. Because I've been to Bangor, Maine. Have you ever been to...
Listen, you're the one trying to pump me full of wine here.
I know. Have you ever been to Bangkok and lost yourself in the city?
I've never been to Bangkok, but apparently you're taking me to Paris.
Yes.
And you're taking me to go see Pearl Jam.
Yes.
So
if you play your cards,
Bangor, Maine is gorgeous. It was just very, very underrated.
All right.
There's very fresh seafood everywhere.
Where is a place that if you could go to that you've never been to that you would go right now if it was safe?
Italy.
Ooh. Yeah. Don't go to Italy now. But Rome?
Right. Not now. Well, I can wait a little bit.
So would you rather we take you to Rome or Paris? It's got to be one of the
Rome.
Other. All right, we're going to Rome. And we'll go to the Colosseum.
Rome.
Okay.
Rome.
One person that if you had the ability to interview anyone you wanted to in the entire world that is alive right now, you could interview anyone you want. They would say yes. And you've gone off camera again. Because
I'm here. He doesn't know why you can't contact him.
Well, tell him to turn his freaking Skype on. Should I try one more time? I don't want to upset the listeners and viewers there. I mean, we planned this for weeks.
They're already upset with you, so I don't blame them.
I'm a lifesaver. They love me. All right, let's see if this works. It worked earlier. It's why we tested before the show.
I think, in your defense, we did test it and everything was totally fine. Hank, what do you think?
What do you think, Hank?
It
says he's unavailable. All right, well, what we were going to do, it's not Pat Caputo. It's not Valenti, as people are saying on the chat. It's Erica's cameraman, Chris. We were going to make fun of Erica. We were going to tell a lot of great stories. We'll have to have you on again, Erica. We'll do it next time. Because I've already tried 17 times. All right, but what do you think?
Yeah, we tried it many times.
And believe me, it worked earlier. It's not working now. So who would be that person if you could interview anyone in the world right now? Don't say Prince Charles. I'm just kidding. Who would it be?
No, I mean, I'm good. I'm good on that. Jeez, that's hard. I mean, I would have to say Chris Sherman because it seems impossible.
Jesus. Chris Sherman's the cameraman, by the way. All right. Give me a real answer, please.
Let's see. Dead or alive?
Yeah, while you're thinking, I'll give you mine. If I could interview anyone, it's not Trump. If I could interview anyone in the world. Not me. No, we're doing it right now. That's why you're the number one in my heart. Anyone right now, it would probably be Eddie Vedder, the lead singer of Pearl Jam.
Wow, that wasn't predictable at all.
You know what, E-Money? Keep drinking. All right, who's yours? if for an athlete, by the way.
I would love to interview Elvis. Elvis.
Elvis is not alive. I said alive. We're going to do dead
now. You said dead or alive?
No, I said alive only. Alive only.
Elvis is alive in my heart.
Oh, hold on. I think we got him now. I think we got him. Chris, are you? What the heck, man?
I called you.
Yeah, but we both called you 70 times. All right, hold on.
Yeah.
I got to get you back in.
I called you once. It worked.
You have now supplanted Erica. Erica, where did you go? We lost Erica. Erica, are you there? We lost Erica, so we got to call Erica back. This is turning into a great situation. All right, let's get Erica. This is Chris, Fox 2. Chris, how long have you worked at Fox 2 for?
Since 2000.
2000 what?
2008.
Oh, so it's been about 12 years. All right. I think this is going to work. There we go.
What'd you do?
I answered his call.
Called.
He called, but Erica, where's your camera? I don't see you yet.
It's up.
Hold on. I got Chris twice. I've got Chris twice and not you. We got
to screw it up. Way to screw it up again.
I fixed it by calling.
Yeah, but he called me and unfortunately it knocked Erica off. All right, hold on. Now we have
I see myself.
The Serpent Show now.
Yeah, but I don't have you in my thing. We got Chris twice.
Oh, you did? How did you even do that?
All right, I don't know.
That's how I do it.
Chris is on his. You screwed everything up. Hold on. Let's. All right, so Chris is gone. Where is Erica gone? Erica's gone.
I'm here.
Right, but you're not in the
Everyone's
software.
gone?
No, you're there. You guys are both there.
I think you are screwing everything up.
All right, well, you know what? We'll do this.
No, not you, Chris.
I can't get Erica. Thank you. I can't get Erica's camera back, unfortunately. So while we've got Chris here.
Well, then we might as well just end this.
No, we're not ending this. We got to make fun of Erica first, then we're going to get Erica back. All right. So, Chris, I need to know from you what it is like to work with the legendary Erica Erickson.
Legendary?
Yes.
It's pretty legendary. Yeah. It's.
How much of a prima donna is she? How difficult is she to work with?
She's 1,000% out of control.
What?
It really takes like a very special talent to work with her, and that's me.
That's hilarious.
All right,
that's so not true.
All right, give me.
That's not true. That's not true.
Give me the craziest story or situation you guys have ever been on together.
Oh my God! How did we even pick?
Is there still two me's?
There's only one you, but there's no Erica. So after we're done with this, I got to bring Erica back. So you're the star right now.
I'm uncomfortable with that. Wait. I keep seeing, but I see her though.
Right, but she's not in our software because you screwed up by calling me. I've got to call you. But don't worry, just keep going, and we'll get back to the nonsense in a second here.
All right, what were you saying then, man?
How many blue lights are you in right now? No. What was the?
Not enough.
What was the craziest story you guys have ever worked on?
Wow. I don't know. What? Can you hear me, Erica? You can hear me, right?
I can hear you. Yeah.
She can see you.
How do you?
I don't know what the craziest. What's the craziest story?
I mean, we did. You mean like crime or just crazy people? Because the people we've encountered, oh my gosh.
we encounter crazier people just working the story. Right. It's not even the story. It's just the people that come up to us.
Well, I can't imagine. I can't imagine how crazy some of the people you have to deal with are. But Erica, as we know, true professional, always handles it, even when people are jumping into the window. So I can imagine that working with her has got to be probably the greatest thing in your life. I would say it's probably the greatest thing that's ever happened.
The greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Wow.
It's close.
The greatest thing ever.
I've had some pretty great things have happened to me.
Well, this show is one of them.
She's in the top. She's
like maybe having kids. Having a life.
Well, I don't know how much of a life. The kids are definitely up there. They're number one.
So kids
one. With number two.
Kids one.
Okay, yeah, number two. She's in the top. She's in the top 10.
All right.
What?
She's in the top 2.
Chris, before I let you go,
and look at working with Erica is fucking awesome, man. It's awesome.
She
Aw,
is.
It really
the
is.
best. She is the best. All right, Chris. Listen, I got to get her back on camera. So before I let you go, and I appreciate you photobombing the show. We'll have you. We'll do it.
That was it.
No.
I mean, seriously,
We'll
dude. Like,
we'll
I
make
had to
sure.
put Parks and Rec special on hold for this shit.
Listen,
and we're
she's
talking
she's the
2
star.
minutes.
She's the star
And
of
all,
the show,
and all
and
the
she's not on
bullshit
camera.
involved.
Chris, she's
That's
the star.
all he gets.
She's the star of the show, and she's not on camera right now. I gotta get her back.
You know, Dan Leach, you're done. I'm out. Fuck this shit.
Oh, he's hanging up on you.
He's out.
He hung up on you.
All right, here, and you're back, and Erica's back in the software. Yes.
Why am I bigger?
Well, you're always bigger. You're bigger and better because you're beautiful. All right, so
Really, everyone's just kissing my butt today, huh?
by the way, Dylan is very upset. Dylan, I apologize. He has his 1-month-old listening. He thought it was a family broadcast. It normally is, but Chris has lost his mind. All right, back to my questions. Then we'll do our house item. Then you're going to play in our poker tournament as a celebrity crush today. It's women crush Thursday, so you're playing for free tonight. All right, so you would say Elvis for the celebrity that's not alive. Who's
I
the
think
one
that'd
that's
be
alive?
fun. Just off the cuff. Yeah.
The one that's not
I'd have
alive
him
for
just
me,
serenade me.
I would either do MLK or Kennedy. JFK. Those are the two I would do.
Well, those are great. Those are great choices.
Or Socrates. Now, who's the one that's alive? And I know it's Socrates. It's Bill and Ted joke.
I was like, did you say Socrates?
Hey, they're making a Bill and Ted's 3.
Killing me, Smalls.
All right, so what? Jiminy Cricket. Who's the alive person?
Jiminy Cricket.
Anyone? You ask anyone to interview them, they say yes. Who is it? I have an idea.
God, who's alive right now?
Yeah, I have an idea of who it's going to be. I'll see if I'm right.
And I could ask anything I want. That'd be the
Yes.
president.
Well, I thought you were going to say Obama. Trump?
Yeah.
All right, I like it. I'd watch that one. It'd be pretty sick.
But I would give him sodium polythene or whatever it's called.
Sodium pentanol?
The truth serum.
So, yeah, sodium polyamorous relationships. All right, so last one for you, then we'll do our house items. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming on. You're such a great friend, such a great person. And when it's safe, we'll go on a walk with the dogs, with Mr. Hank Winchester and Tito's Vodka. It's my dad's favorite. And then Rome and the Cider Mill and Pearl Jam. Deal?
Deal.
Hey, Mr. Hank. All right,
Yeah,
so
Hank?
here's the last one. If you could cover any event anywhere in the world for Fox 2, what would it be?
New York Fashion Show, or I would go to the one. I'd probably go to the one in Milan or wherever they hold it overseas. That would be freaking awesome.
And I'm sure you'd be fine with covering the Met Gala.
Sorry,
as well.
it isn't sports, guys.
It's okay. All right, now what have you brought to show? Filled in a house of amazing things. What have you brought to show us fine people?
Just because most people don't know this about me, and they're always shocked, but this is my object. So whenever I'm stressed, I turn on my PS4 and I play Mortal Kombat.
Oh, finish him! Finish him!
Finish him!
What are you
Brutality.
Eric, I love you.
Stress reliever.
Yeah.
Boom, there.
What is that, PlayStation?
Yeah, it's a PS4.
So is there a new Mortal Kombat that's like recent?
I think I had the latest. I don't know. I just
Is it like the one as kids we were in the arcade that it's like finish it?
No, I mean it's still like that. But this one, they've got the graphics and you can change. I don't play a lot of video games, but for some reason I love Mortal Kombat. I don't know. I play Katana.
Well, is there a way for us to play Mortal Kombat online with each other? Because I'll start playing with you.
I hope so. I'll totally beat you though.
I'll slice your head.
No, you won't.
I'll stick a fork in your toe. All right, so
no, you won't.
You can't see this because obviously you screwed up the camera. No, but I have my Squatch driver. I'm a big Squatch guy, but I have my Sasquatch Nike driver, and golf is finally acceptable. Thank God to be able to walk. And my dad and me have a very special relationship in many different ways, but he taught me to golf. And my dad and I are talking about walking at the legendary Copper Creek, a place that me and the Riegers and a bunch of my friends have played at in the past. We might go on Saturday. It's in Farmington Hills and walk 9 with my dad, who's 72. He's still in good shape, but he's getting up there.
You should totally do it.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it. And I wanted to show my Squatch driver, which, by the way, is his. I think all the clubs in my bag are his. I think his golf bag
Wow.
is his. So my dad is basically, because I didn't have the money to spend on clubs, he just gave me his clubs. So there you go. By the way, Glenn says PS4, Dan Wright, Erica. Heck yeah, girl. There's nothing like a girl that likes to play video games that is both super smart, intelligent, and amazing. So you have
Did you just make that up?
no, it's totally a thing. All right, before we go, E-Money, it's been the best having you on. I can talk to you all night. But what are your parting shots to the fine citizens of the task force and the fine citizens of the world? And before I let you say anything, thank you so much for what you do to bring stories, both obviously sad, heartwarming, and all spectrums. But what you do at Fox 2 is a godsend for so many people. And I want to thank you on behalf of Task Force Nation, because that's one of the main reasons I have such respect for you. You're a true pro, Erica. So thank you.
Dude, you don't need to thank me that much. I'm just doing my job, and we happen to care about what we do, and we care about the people who are involved. So, boom, that's it. You don't need to thank me.
And I also forgot I almost forgot to say this. You and I were both celebrity bartenders at our good friend Eric Olson's Thomas McGee's sporting pub. You're such a giver to the community, and I think you're an example that people should look up to. So that's all I'm saying. All right, go ahead. Parting shots.
I just want people, regardless of what's going, like what COVID-19 is teaching me is you gotta take a break. You gotta unplug. Even if, like, whenever I do that, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm being lazy. You're not being lazy. Take yourself. And also, I hear Elvis.
Yep, that's
just my brain. Is that my heart speaking to me?
It is your heart speaking to you. It's your heart and my heart.
But yeah, I just want everyone to just take this as an opportunity to just reach out to your friends, say hi, and give yourself a freaking break too. We're all going a little nuts. So even when this is over, remember to give yourself a break.
Beautifully said. And I want to reach my heart out to yours because we can't see each other right now. But that's what you have to do. But I echo your sentiments. Everyone, as you said, realize that it's a tough time, but we can get through this by being there for each other, spreading love, not hate, and believing that the future will be better than where we came from. The world we come back to can be better.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be freaking awesome.
Let's all do that.
The economy's going to come back. Yep. Our jobs are going to come back. It's going to be freaking great. It's going to be, I can't wait.
Erica, I love you. So wash your hands. Stay safe. Until next time, this has been the incredible Erica Erickson. I'm Dan Leach. That's Elvis. She didn't interview Elvis, even though I said, alive, Elvis. Until next time, believe in the dream. Bye, Mr. Hank. Bye, Mr. Tito. And catch up. Task Force out.
Thank you.
Love ya.